Well, get ready for a special event during Black History Month. Get ready to walk the red carpet for the premiere of Unsaved. It's written and produced by African-American filmmaker Devon Cooper, who joins me now with more on this project and the upcoming event. Very nice to meet you and glad to have you here today.
You as well. I'm honored. Thank
Well,
you.
let's start by talking about, interesting to find out about how did all of this get started for this particular film, Unsaved?
With Unsaved, I kind of just wanted to, create something locally here in Chattanooga where I live at that had some comedy, that had message to it, and also a little drama, just all around a good movie that people can walk out feeling good, that was shot right here in their backyard, and so I have a lot of aspiring actors and directors and producers in the area, and with us bringing the studio and stuff here, we just had to be able to produce such a great film for them to be a part of that, right here at home.
About that, you're doing this work here in Chattanooga, which means there's a talent pool here, and also there is this growing interest in film here, and what creatives like yourself and what you're doing. So talk about the growth of the film industry here in this community and in this area.
I think it's all green. I mean, it's wide open. The opportunities and things like that for producers is there. It's just, a lot of them could probably use some support. They, a little further behind where I am right now, right? I've been doing it for a while, but.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been writing since I was like 6 years old, full movies. And so I've been producing for like 10 years, actually getting movies done, right? So I started off terrible and then I continued to get better, right? So some people may still be at that phase, right? So they may be able to use some support and backing, and I'm one of those guys that's willing to, take the time to actually help them. That's what we're gonna be doing with the studio.
One of the things, let's talk about that, because you're talking about, we were saying before we started this segment, off camera, the studio, you're gonna have the studio here, you're going to be doing more films here.
Right.
And, that's exciting for this area. And also the fact that, I love that you said, you want to reach back and help others.
Yeah, because, I've been that person who wanted to do it, but it seemed so far-fetched. It was like impossible, right? So I've had conversations with so many people right here in Chattanooga. I mean, I put a casting call out for Unsaved and got over 5,000, don't quote me, it's definitely between 3,000 and 5,000 actors, but it was also producers and directors who wanted the opportunity as well.
So quite impressive there. Now tell us a little bit about, we're looking at the trailer now, so tell us a little bit about this film.
So Unsaved is about a young man who, he's a big guy, and so he, all his life he's pretty much been told to stand up for himself. And so he ends up in a situation at one point in his life, and now years later he's married, trying to do the right thing, and then he ends up getting in the car with a pastor, with his delivery business, with a pastor getting in the car with him, and some stuff happened. I don't want to tell the story, but some stuff happened, and his past come back to haunt him, and it just come back full circle. I mean, it's a lot of message in it. The pastor is preaching, but the pastor is also going through some things himself that he's dealing with, and so now they have to figure out some things together to try to, save each other's lives.
Okay. Wow, so it's one of those things where it seems like so many times, everything seems to be going great in life, or, on the outside, everything looks good, but you never know what's happening on the inside, or like you said, sometimes and I know that my pastor talks about this, how sometimes things will come back from your past, or people will throw up your past. And so this is what, so you want people to walk away with this learning, feeling what?
Joyful. You never know what message people may get out of a movie, right? I mean, it may be a part of the film that I didn't intend for somebody to get that specific message, but that's what they might get out of it. So you want people to take whatever positive message they can get out of the film, because there's some scripture, there's some different things here and there, there's some life lessons where a person might walk into a situation like, oh, maybe I probably shouldn't have been working for that person, But all in all, you want people to just feel joyful. I mean, we are at home. People on the red carpet, you want people to feel welcomed. We have a couple supporters already that's already supported us, that we're going to be able to bring out some college students that actually aspire to be actors and stuff as well. So you want them to be able to walk the red carpet, be able to ask questions to some of the actors and stuff, and actually get that real feel of, you know, being around it. You know what I mean? And so if people walk out of there saying that they seen an amazing movie or a good movie to them, and they enjoyed the meals, they enjoyed the whole entire event, then I'm happy.
So let's talk about that, how you came to partner with the Alton Park Development Corporation.
I met Dr. Woods, and you know, she is successful at what she do in dentistry, and everything that she's doing at the Alton Park Development Corporation just seems amazing. I went onto the radio station, and she really sees the vision that I have, you know, with the studio and everything. And so she's been very supportive as far as like just wanting to connect with different people and really do something for people in the community. And so I said, yeah, we're always gonna have different premieres, right? But for this particular one, she said, she brought up just honoring the leaders before us, like me wanting to be able to help some of the up and coming filmmakers. Well, there's been so many people who's paved the way for me.
Right.
So we'll honor.
We all like are standing where we are because someone paved
Exactly,
the way.
exactly. Yeah. And so I just love that whole idea of it, because there's so many people, even some producers that we can go into that have prolonged this forever, but there's people from Chattanooga who are like world-known filmmaking, and we don't even know they're from here. But I know them.
And see, and that's so important to bring that, to be able to bring that out. So I know you want to invite everyone out. So tell us about the premiere and how people can get involved.
So it's the 24th and 25th of February. It's at the Alton Park Development Corporation. Getting involved, I mean.
So they can come out, they can go, they can get. Go to the website to get tickets if they're interested in coming?
So the tickets are actually available on Eventbrite.
Okay.
They're on Eventbrite. And, you know, if people want to sponsor or anything like that, they can just reach out, you know. And honestly, I hadn't spent a lot of time, you know, for stuff like that, you know, kind of just being used to self, you know, building and just kind of creating those opportunities. And Dr. Woods is really helping on that side as well. And that's where I appreciate her, because, you know, sometimes you need that. You know, me, I'm more focusing on what I do.
Right, but then to try to grow it and to try to get those sponsorships and do other things so it can reach more people. Yeah,
and really just, you know, if you're not, I always say, if people, you know, you may not be interested in being an actor or a producer or anything like that. I know you're on the news, you know, but you may have relatives.
Oh, I could have a starring role, you never know.
I see it, I see it. I see it. I always see it in people, you know. You know, you may have a niece, a daughter, a cousin. They may aspire to do that and may think that that's just not realistic, or they have to go sit in Atlanta and spend money on hotels and hope to get a role, and that's harder than what people think.
And so they can start right here with you. Well, again, Yvonne, thank you so much for being here, and best of luck. Enjoyed this conversation, and we will look forward to this premiere and also seeing what you have coming in the future. Absolutely. And I know that, like you said, really quickly, we're out of town, but these are available on like Tubi, and where else can you see them?
Tubi, you know, Amazon.
Amazon.
My distributor has many networks, so I don't know where this movie is going yet.
Okay.
The people in Chattanooga will be the first to see this before the distributor even puts it out to the networks.
Okay, well, we will be watching, and best of luck.
Thank you so
come
much.
back and visit and let me know what you're doing.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Well,